Hey, Jason, how's it going?
Good, Mark. Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing really good. So I heard something pretty interesting here, actually. So I heard you just had a business that was impacted by a natural disaster. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah. So, unfortunately, there was a earthquake out in the Utah area, and luckily, it wasn't too impactful from a safety situation. But one of our clients, their business was severely impacted, and 80 users in their office were unable to function, and that office was shut down.
Oh, wow, wow. So can you kind of like walk me through the timeline of like what the events were that happened and
Yeah, the client picked up the phone about 9 a.m. In the morning. This was about 2 days ago, and informed me that, hey, we had this earthquake. All 80 employees are unable to connect. Not sure how we can tackle this. Not sure how fast we can get these people up and running again. And luckily, we were able to take all of the due diligence that we had already run through, and really tweaked the design to where it was just focused on this one office. This client has over 10 offices throughout the country. So we were able to, from 9 a.m. that morning, refine the proposal, refine the design, get in line with what they're looking for, and make it executable. So we got that done. We got it in front of their executive team uh, mid-afternoon, early afternoon. They decided to execute and move forward with the solution around 5 o'clock that afternoon. And then once it was executed, we were able to engage our engineering team as well as the Ring Central team. Ring Central was the vendor that really helped them put their voice back together. And between the Ring Central engineers, the C3 engineers, the client's engineering team, we had them up and running about 9 o'clock that night.
wow. So with like the accelerated speed there, how did you determine that the best solution would be Ring Central? Like run me
Yeah.
through that.
Yeah, so again, we were very fortunate that we already had a chance. We've been talking with this client for about 2 or 3 weeks about a couple of initiatives, specifically unified communications as a service, and we had already had a chance to go through our evaluation process. We had interviewed three of their top candidates for consideration. We had already ranked them, and Ring Central was at the top of the list from a solution standpoint, from a pricing standpoint. And some of the integrations between Ring Central and their hosted CRM solution specifically. So Ring Central checked the most boxes, and their team really stepped to the plate to make it happen for the client.
So I guess it sounds like quite a bit, but what kind of made this different from your usual process of, setting a client up and getting everything up and running?
So there were a lot of conversations in flight throughout the whole process, and we did it in a very, less than a 12-hour period, which is something that we don't usually get done in 12 hours or less.
Um, so this is going to be my last question about the situation then, just because I know we're both pretty busy right now with everything. So did they have a solution already in place for their phone system or like any solution with C3 or kind of what did everything look like before you stepped in?
Yeah, so this was actually our first conversation with this client. We had very good conversations with them. We were building some really good rapport with the client. They really enjoyed the process, the fact that we're able to take a lot of the evaluation cycles, a lot of that busy work off of their plate and run it for them and then present them with the information in a very timely manner. So they were very impressed by that, very happy with that process. And then when, the fire drill happened and this earthquake occurred, we were able to really capitalize on that.
Wow, that is amazing, Jason. That's super cool. So, thank you for sharing your story. That's amazing. So, I know you've got a
Of
lot to
course,
do,
of
but
course.
thank you for taking some time out of your busy schedule to talk to me. So, I'll be hearing from you soon.
Will do, Mark. Have a good day.
Yeah.